Fold your fabric over and place your trousers of your choice over the top. Lay them out so the straight side is parallel to the fold of the fabric. Adjust to give yourself a 1/2 inch seam allowance. If the trousers have elastic in, stretch them out and mark where it lands. I also added in a seam allowance where I marked. Then mark alongside your trousers with the seam allowance. When you get to the crotch area, mark up towards the waist mark. Measure from where the waist of the pyjamas are and mark 2 inches away from them. This allows us to add elastic. For the bottom of the trousers, you will need to add enough fabric for the hem. This should be roughly about 1.5 inches. You want to make sure that your fabric can be folded twice and there will still be long enough to fit your length. I made mine longer than the old pair of pyjamas as they had shrunk slightly. Then you can cut out your fabric. As the fabric is still folded over, you will need to cut it into 2 separate pieces. Cut neatly along the fold line. Now for the back of the trousers. Lay your fabric out folded over and lay the front piece on top as a guide. It's quite hard to see here because of my fabric choice. Where the crotch is, you will need to mark out 1 inch or more if your backside is larger. Mark this and then add pins slanting back to the original shape of the trousers. You'll see a close-up of this in a bit. Remember, this shape includes a seam allowance, so you don't need to add this in. And then cut along your shape. Now you have 2 symmetrical pieces for the front and 2 symmetrical pieces for the back. Take the 2 front pieces and place them so the crotch shape faces each other. You're going to sew along the curved area from the waist to the crotch area. If you're using pattern fabric, make sure the right sides are facing each other. Do the same for the back pieces, sew along the curved area from the waist to the crotch. Now place the front piece on top of the back piece, right sides facing together. Pin the outer sides of the legs together and sew. Now pin the inner leg pieces together up to the crotch. Make sure the crotch area lines up neatly. I like to sew in one motion from the bottom of one leg up around the crotch and back down the other leg. Now you're going to add your elastic. Measure your waist. I like to keep this quite loose so the pyjamas aren't too tight. You can do this by adding the elastic round your waist or with a tape measure. Cut the elastic and sew the end pieces together. I do a zigzag stitch and an X across to make it really secure. On the elastic, you're going to make 4 equal marks as seen in the video. You're going to line these 4 marks up with the 4 seams, the front, the back and the 2 sides. Pin or clip them together. Then sew along the top of the trousers with the elastic attached. Make sure to pull the elastic so the trousers fit the elastic, as you can see in the video. I sewed about ½ centimetre in. Do this along the whole waistband. You're then going to roll the waistband over twice so there are no raw edges visible. And you're going to sew along the bottom of the elastic about ½ centimetre in, again pulling the elastic so it's tight. Make sure the seams are lined up and not wonky. The last bit is hemming the bottom of the trousers. You can kind of do any measurement here. I followed the check pattern. You just want to roll it twice so there are no raw edges. I would recommend rolling them over, pinning them and then trying them on for size to check if they're too long or too short. Each roll for me was about 1½ centimetres. Do this around each leg on both sides. And then sew along. I sewed in the middle of the fold. You can see it on the video.